How do you say it? Okay, so we're reviving our How Do You Say It segment today, which is usually reserved for helping us pronounce odd place names in Idaho. But we're pulling out the graphics today because of what was said in an Idaho GOP video released this afternoon. We thought it was interesting considering the story we did last week on the divide within the state's majority party.
And let me tell you, the energy within our party has never been more aligned. The resonance of our message about fortifying conservative values in Idaho has been nothing short of extraordinary. The unity we are witnessing is inspiring. Witnessing the passion and commitment of Republicans across the state is a true testament to the strength of our party.
That is Idaho GOP Chairwoman Dorothy Moon, and maybe that is her response to our story and our request for an interview about it. I don't know, because she still hasn't responded to either request from us to talk about the divide within her own party. But before she got to the gaslighting part of that video, Chair Moon spoke about Idaho's Republican presidential caucus coming up on March 2nd. It was kind of a pep rally kind of speech about Idaho's impact in picking the Republican candidate for president next spring. And this is where the How Do You Say It segment comes into play because, well, Chair Moon explained it like this.
Being the fifth state in the nation to nominate our Republican presidential candidate brings Idaho to the forefront of national relevance. With our 32 delegates, that's more delegates than 22 other states, including Iowa.
Hold up. What was that?
With our 32 delegates, that's more delegates than 22 other states, including Iowa.
Chair Moon said this while showing a map showing all the delegates from each state. Okay, so here it shows Idaho with 32, all right, and Iowa with 40? Wait a second. When is 32 more than 40? It's not.
Idaho will be a significant voice in the race for the presidency.
Maybe. It just has never been before, but okay, but what about our 32 delegates being more than 22 other states? Well, D.C., Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, those aren't states. Idaho does have more delegates than 16 states, not 22.
Idaho will be a significant voice in the race for the presidency.
Sure, but we should probably figure out the significance of that significant voice first, no? And look, we all make mistakes. We get it. But when you have a graphic illustration of that mistake and you still just go with it, well, all right, to be fair, she did own up to it. We sent an email to Chair Moon to ask about their math. That was at 2:30 this afternoon. And then within 10 minutes, we got a response which said, oh, we meant to say early states like New Hampshire and Nevada, not Iowa. And then said they posted a correction on social media at 2:09 p.m., adding our 32 delegates is more than 22 other states and territories, including Puerto Rico, Guam, etc. So they didn't take the video down, by the way. It's still up. They just went with, well, what I meant to say was, so you can watch it for yourself, which is why we went with How Do You Say It segment. However, I'm sure no matter how many times you try to say New Hampshire or Nevada, Iowa doesn't just fall out of your mouth, does it? Maybe when you try to say Idaho, Iowa might fall out, maybe. But by the way, it's worth pointing out, we did get an almost immediate response to that question today from Chair Moon, which is great. But when I replied with another request for an interview concerning the divide within her party, well, we're still waiting for that response.